Let's talk about Black Friday deals for your money. Yeah, that's right, a topic we probably don't talk about enough on this channel. If you're running your own business, chances are there's some skills you need to learn beyond just updating your clients' WordPress plugins. You need to learn how to manage money. You need to learn how to keep books. You need to learn how to run payroll. All of this stuff is very important if you're gonna be a successful entrepreneur. Now, sure, eventually you can hire this out. You can get the expensive tax guy and you can get the fancy bookkeeper, but when you're small, that is all a waste of money, and trust me, none of this stuff is all that difficult. So Black Friday is all about spending money on things that you hope will earn you some return on investment, but I guarantee you, if you followed the advice in this video, you will end up a wealthier person in the long run. So I've got 2 books for you and then 4 pieces of software. The books are gonna help establish the good habits and the systems that the software can then implement. Now, in my opinion, if you only read 2 books about money, they should be I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi and Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. I Will Teach You to Be Rich is about personal finance. It's about teaching you how to manage the money that comes in so that you already know what's going to happen to it. And it's not just sitting around in your bank account, either making you feel guilty like you can't spend it, or making you feel like you need to buy stuff because now you got the cash. No, instead, Ramit is going to help you build a conscious spending plan, as he refers to it, which is exactly how the first tool of this video is going to help you manage your money. This is Quicken Simplify. You can currently get it for just $1.98 per month, but it's billed annually. So it's basically like 25 bucks a year. Really, really good deal. But keep in mind, it is going to renew at full price, which brings it up to closer to $75 a year. Now, here is what it's going to do for you. It'll actually let you build out a conscious spending plan right inside of the app. So you connect up all of your accounts just like you used to do with Mint if you ever use that application. I don't think anyone does anymore, but Simplify is like the good version of Mint, where you connect all of your money, incoming and outgoing, but then rather than just being like, oh, I owe a lot of money or, oh, I have a lot of money, you can set up a plan. So where is this money gonna go? We can enter in all of our bills. We can set up some goals, our savings goals, and itemize each one of those. So here's what the savings goals look like on the iOS app. It works great on desktop too. So essentially you just set up what you want your goal to be, and then you just set up how much you're gonna save per month. Then of course you'll wanna set up an automated system at your bank to actually transfer that money over into the proper savings account. Simplify doesn't control your bank, it just sets up the plan for you, and then you have to actually execute it. But as the saying goes, what gets measured gets managed. And if you have a plan for how you want to save and how you want to spend, there's a lot better chance that you'll actually do it. Now, I'm starting with personal finance kind of on purpose, because if we don't get our personal finance in order, our business finance is always going to be a mess. All right, so you set up your savings goals, but I think the most powerful part of the tool is the spending plan. The spending plan is where you allocate where each dollar is going to go that enters into your income accounts. Now, when you are a regular employee receiving a regular paycheck, it was a little easier. You didn't have to worry about this quite so much because you knew in 2 weeks you'd be getting another paycheck. But now that you're an entrepreneur, maybe you go a month, 2 months, God forbid, 6 months without actually getting a new client and any income coming in. You need to make sure you have a plan in place so that you can handle those swings, because especially in the early years, every entrepreneur knows there'll be months where it feels like you are going to be a millionaire in no time. And then there'll be other months where you're like, where did all of the money go? So it's okay. You can weather those storms as long as you plan appropriately. So that is why I think you should definitely check out Simplify, especially at this price point. Even if you don't like it, you're not really on the hook for very much. By the way, this is not really a full bookkeeping tool. It's more of a budgeting tool. And that's what I prefer. I don't want to necessarily feel like I'm doing accounting when I'm looking at my own personal finances. But to have a nice visual dashboard, that is really critical. I've been using Simplify for, I believe, 4 years at this point, and I would never go to another budgeting tool, even though I've probably tried them all. Now, you do get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so if you want to check this out, I've got my link in the description. Hit me up with any questions you have about Simplify, or I'm not going to give advice on your personal finances, but if you have a question that's not like, requiring a CPA, I'd be happy to give my feedback, but I'm not a professional. All right, the other 3 software tools I have for you are all related to your business. And in my belief, Profit First is the system that you should probably be following to manage money for your business. Now, I gotta admit, The book is a little bit long. Like, Mike likes to tell stories and he's an entertaining guy, but if he's not quite your cup of tea, just cut to the meat because the system behind it is actually super valuable. Now, you can get Profit First. It's available as a Black Friday deal on Amazon for only $10, and that's the hardcover version. Like, it's a nice looking book. If you just want to listen to it, you can get it with Audible. I don't think it's 99 cents. I think that's if you get a membership. I'm signed out right now, but it's, a normal Audible price. It'll cost you a credit if you've got a membership over there. The TLDR version of Profit First is that essentially Mike has you set up specific accounts for different roles in your business, always making sure that you get your profit first, that you take the money that you need to live your life and you're not just spending it all on your business, because there is like a psychological property where we will basically use up every resource that is available to us. I mean, think about if you had a homework assignment in school, you would definitely wait until the very last minute to start writing that report, even if you had 3 weeks to do it. We just kind of utilize all of the time that is available. So by rearranging the system to make sure that we get paid the money that we need first, it's actually going to secure the long-term health of our business. Now, the banking system that Mike now endorses, but I've actually been using since before he endorsed it, is called Relay Financial. I've got a full video on Relay. You can go check that out. That's not really part of the Black Friday deals because it's a free bank. You don't need to pay for it, but it does allow you to implement the Profit First system really, really nicely. It doesn't require a lot of extra work like it might if you used a traditional bank. So go check that video for more details on Relay Financial. But for now, let's look at the software that I'd recommend to connect up to it. So if you're in business for yourself, you're going to need some kind of a bookkeeping tool. And the two that I would recommend are Xero or Freshbooks. I would recommend Xero if you're doing e-commerce and you have a lot of individual items that need to show up in your bookkeeping. Maybe you have inventory you need to account for. Then I think Xero is the best fit. However, if you're a freelancer or small agency with a few employees, then I would definitely check out FreshBooks. Primarily if you do invoicing based on services or hourly time, FreshBooks is my favorite way to do accounting. I've actually been a FreshBooks user dating all the way back to, I believe, about 2011. Like, it's been a long time. FreshBooks has come a long way in that time, and I definitely would not hesitate to try out this software. They've got a great deal right now where you can get 80% off the first 4 months. So just to kind of compare the pricing between Xero and FreshBooks, even though they are different tools really meant for different styles of businesses, well, with Xero, we're currently getting 95% off for 3 months. And with FreshBooks, like I just mentioned, 80% off for 4 months. So, both pretty steep discounts. Now, if you're already using another bookkeeping tool, like the one that a lot of people are using is obviously QuickBooks. And if you like QuickBooks, that's great. Definitely don't put yourself through the stress of switching away. But chances are, more than once, you found yourself swearing or cussing or slamming your laptop down while using QuickBooks. If that is you, now's the time to switch. You've got a good opportunity where you could actually try out some other bookkeeping software for a very low price, see if you like it better, and then by the time the new year hits, you can fully move your books over to another platform. So with Xero, you can get in for as low as 75 cents a month for the first 3 months to try it out and see if it's a good fit. After that, it's only $15 a month. Now, if you do need to track inventory on Xero, you'll have to go up to at least their growing plan. That starts at $47 a month, and then the inventory add-on is a little bit extra. With FreshBooks, you can get started for right around $7 a month. This is the plan I'd recommend for most people who watch this channel. It's going to get you 4 months for about $25. After that, it's going to be about $33 per month. Now, keep in mind with FreshBooks, you'll get a really great interface for bookkeeping as well as invoicing. So if you need to send off things like reoccurring invoices, you can do that right inside of FreshBooks. Now, you can do it inside of Xero as well, but I think it's just a better experience for people when they're checking out using FreshBooks. They've got a little picker up here. So like you can log in and say, well, I'm self-employed. And then they'll say, these are the plans we'd recommend. Or I have contractors. Okay, well, then you need to go up to the premium plan. You could get by with Plus, but they recommend premium. And the last financial tool I want to tell you about is Gusto. Gusto is a payroll tool that lets you pay your employees, it lets you pay contractors, and you could even pay yourself as an employee right through Gusto. So that's right, you could be your own employee. What this would entail is maybe filing your company as an LLC and then choosing what's called a sub S election. Now, I'm not qualified to give financial advice here, but once you've done that, you can pay yourself as an employee. And overall, it's going to save you on taxes because as an employee, you won't have to pay self-employment taxes for the portion you take as the employee. Yeah, like I said, I'm not a CPA, so I'm not going to go into any more detail, but definitely check out Gusto, especially if you're running payroll anywhere else right now and you hate it, because we used to run payroll right through our QuickBooks account and it did not go well. So once we moved to Gusto, everything has been a breeze. Anytime there's anything that comes up, they send you a nice little notification right on your dashboard and they take care of it. If you have any questions, you just ask them and then they fix it. It's probably my favorite SaaS product, in terms of the quality of customer service that I've ever used. Highly recommend Gusto. Now they do currently have a sale running. It's only for their higher end plans, but let's check this out. So let's go to pricing, and Plus and Premium, which are $60 a month plus $9 per person, or $135 a month plus $16.50 per person with the discounted rate, normally $80 and $180. So those are pretty good, but you might be fine just with the simple plan, which is only $40 a month plus $6 per person. In any regard, I do have a referral link for Gusto, and if you sign up through that, you'll get $100 off after you run your first payroll. So you can save $100 on all of these plans. It doesn't matter which one you choose. Just go ahead and make sure you sign up with my link in the description. By the way, I do have links for all of the products as well as the books mentioned in this video in the description of this video. Go ahead and hit me up in the comments if you have any questions or comments about the tools that I've picked out. Maybe you know some better ones. I'd love to know about it. That's going to do it for this video. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed it. Get subscribed if you're new around here. I'll see you in the next one. I've got some more Black Friday content coming. My name is Dave. Thanks for watching. See you next time.